So next up on the raceway going to be your street stock qualifiers. Got two qualifying events for the full-fendered street stock divisions. Street stock qualifiers coming up next, and it'll be followed by the four-cylinder feature, running the four cylinders in the mid portion of the program here tonight. They're going to run a feature only tonight. As the field makes their way down the back straightaway under caution pace. Colin Rescott going to hold them under caution. We see the yellow flying, the lights ablaze. So we'll set the starting grid for you as they make their way down here off of turn number 4. Starting up on the outside, Lebanon pole, young lady racer, the 89, that's Carrie Vandenberg. Carrie Vandenberg with the 89 car, going to start up on the outside, Lebanon pole. She'll set the pace here alongside the 315, that's Mike DeAnda. Carrie Vandenberg and Mike DeAnda going to make up row number 1. Franklin Smith in the Stars and Stripes 76 machine. He'll go from the outside of row number 2. That's third starting spot. To the inside of him, that is Dave Strable Jr., young Dave, little Dave. We call him Little Dave. He is not technically a junior, but the second generation driver. Little Dave Strable, the 73. He'll go from the inside of row 2. Row 3, it'll be Bob Gibson in the number 9 car. He'll start up on the outside of row number 3 to the inside of Gibson, the 10 of Katarina Foster. Then we find Papa Dave. That's Dave Strebel, the senior, if you would, but not technically a senior. Dave Strebel in the 273 and Don Kennedy in the 89K. Glad to see Don back on track. Don had a terrible accident last year, sidelined him for the majority of the season. Green flag is out. Green flag in the air. Down to turn number 1 they go, working their way up here off of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. It's going to be Carrie Vandenberg showing the way down the back straightaway. Carrie Vandenberg in the 89 car, leading them up to the west end for the first time. Oh, we got one around. Another car going around to avoid contact. That's going to bring yellow out on the speedway. Yellow lights are on. 2 cars up there between turn 3 and 4. The first to go around was the 76 of Franklin Smith. The second car was the 89 of Don Kennedy, the 89K car, which he spun the car to avoid contact. See, watching the DTD TV instant replay, Smith was trying to work the outside of Katarina Foster, and the two had a little bit of contact down the end of the straightaway. Upset the handling on the 76, and end result, we saw around he went. That brings yellow out on the speedway, so both Smith and Kennedy will drop to the tail of the field. As the yellow going to now be put back in the holster, Colin Rescott showing them to get him an even rows of 2. We're going to go green when they come down off of turn number 4. One lap shown complete. We did score that first go round. So we're going to go green when they come down off of turn number 4. 6 laps the distance in these 2 qualifiers for the street stocks. See the second qualifier lined up down there on pit road, and the start of the lining up process for the 4-cylinder feature going a little bit earlier here tonight than what we usually see. Right now, going to come down off of turn number 4. Green flag is going to be displayed. Green is out. We're underway. Little Dave Strebel going to lead the way down here to turn number 1. Couple of car lengths back behind Little Dave. That's dear old Dad. Yellow is out. Going nowhere on this one. So a no start as Carrie Vandenberg actually turned around down here. Carrie was your leader. And taking a look at the DTD TV instant replay, Kerry got on the gas off of turn number 4. And a little bit of contact there in the left rear quarter of Kerry Vandenberg's car, turned her around. So Kerry making her way up to the front of the field. We'll see how this is lined up. Right now you see the Streebles side by side as they come off of turn number 2. Kerry up in front of the field, so looks like we're going to have to hold the field under caution as Kerry up ahead of the field. That's going to bring yellow back up on the speedway. So Kerry Vandenberg just given the message over the one-way radio that she is to go to the tail of the field as the car that was involved in the caution. So they're going to move the field by her, and that's going to put father and son side by side on the front row. Son, that's little Dave in the blue car, the 73. He will be your pace setter. Dad, right next to him, that 273, that's Dave Streeble. Side by side on the front row as we get ready to go back to green. They work their way down here off of turn number 4. Little Dave first in the accelerator as they work their way off of corner number 4. He'll lead the way down here to turn number 1. So it's Streeble, 1, 2. Little Dave first. Papa back there second. Third spot, Katarina Foster with the number 10 car. They work their way down the back straightaway. There's Don Kennedy working down on the inside of Bob Gibson. Kennedy and Gibson side by side. That is for the 5th position as they make their way down here into turn number 1. Give spot number 5 to Bob Gibson in the 9. Don Kennedy in the 89 going to feel pressure now from the 89 of Kerry Vandenberg. Kennedy in the 89K, technically. That is the darker colored car. As they work their way up here off of turn number 4, here's little Dave blazing by in the number 1 spot. Dave Streeble. That's little Dave Streeble and dear old dad running 1-2. Now things start to tighten up back there for 3rd spot. Mike DeAnda trying to make a pass back here on the 10. A Katarina Foster. Katarina with the number 10 car trying to hang on to 3rd. Now DeAnda going to slide up the hill over there in turn number 4. Tried to get to the outside, then pulled back into tracks. The number 9 of Bob Gibson. Back there rounding out your top 5. That's Gibson in 5th. 6th spot is going to be the 89 of Kerry Vandenberg. The 89K of Don Kennedy. In the 7th position, and Franklin Smith rounding out your running order. White flag out this time by. One more time around here for little Dave Streeble. Little Dave in control up off of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, showing the way. Up into turn number 3 for the final time. The 73 of little Dave Streeble. Looking to pick up the win here in qualifier number 1. He will do so. Checkers are out. Little Dave Streeble gets the win. Dear old dad comes across the line in 2nd. 3rd goes to Katarina Foster in the 10 car. The 315 of Mike DeAnda will finish in 4th. And rounding out your top 5 going to be the number 9 of Bob Gibson. So that is the way your top 5 finish.